Good Friday. Here I am back again. It is Friday, October the 30th. Did we have 5 Fridays this month? We must have done, mustn't we? That's strange and wonderful. Anyway, today I plan on reading from The Wisdom of the Garden Path. Wonderful, wonderful card deck that is available on my website at joleith.com. The Oracle card tab, oddly. So you are Marloes? Marloes, happy Friday to you. I think it's Marloes. It's good to see you. Thank you for being here. Let me know in the comments if you would like a card to see what the cards think November is going to be about for you. Lots of good energy coming up. Emma, hey, you were one of the first people who ever had a reading with these cards. Let me know in the comments that you want me to draw a card for you today, and we will see what November has in store. That's so cool that you're this. Sometimes I wind up talking to myself for 5 minutes. It's lovely to have people who are boom on time. I like it. All right, so Marloes says yes, and I guess that also means I said her name correctly. Yeah, I always feel very badly about my acculturation on days like that. Okay, so for Marloes for November, the cards want you. Ooh, okay. They want. Okay, I see that, Emma. For Marloes, they have given you card number 14, which is the design card as things are growing and coming into flower. You're the 14. One is that central identity that is you. We've talked about this before many times. That core that has been you since the moment of creation and will be forever through eternity. You and the 4 energy. 4 is that strong, stable, solid energy that's the build something with 4 sides and it doesn't fall down is what I like to say. And of course, this year, 2020, you add up the 2s and the 0s, we get a 4. We're putting down a foundation on which to build a new kind of future, right? So that's this foundational, solid underneath energy. You have yourself and this foundation, and you're coming together. Always add up till there's only 1 digit left, so you're getting a 5, which is a number for growth and expansion and adapting and adjusting to new situations. So as you and the practicality of the 4 get together in order to grow things, having a design, making the list, knowing what you want, being very intentional about where you're going is what's going to pay off the most. So as much as following the inspired impulse is always a good thing, it is also a really good idea. You might be able to flow with inspiration for tomorrow and the next week, but when you're looking at the next 5 years or the next 10 years, you kind of need to know, at least have some clue of where you want to go, and that would help. Hello, Zian. I am Marichu. Okay, well, you can be Marichu all you want. So after okay, after I have read for Emma, I will read for Marichu. I will see if I see anything about your love life. My intention for today is around November, but presumably in November there is love. No reason why not. So first of all, Emma. So good to see you. Or not see you. So good to see your name on a Facebook page. You must come to one of my Zooms sometime. Emma, your card is here. Oh, all right. Number 10, which is lovely. You are welcome, Marluz. 10, the self-awareness, which is lovely. And I know that right now you have some time for yourself during this lock-in. So it maybe is just a little bit directive about how November, there should be some intention around this is what you're doing during the month. One, as I said before, that central identity, that which was Emma since the beginning of time and will continue forever. And the zero, which is the whole cosmos. And they add up together to be the one, which is you, which contains and has access to the entire cosmos. So being in a place, developing or building on your quiet practice, whether that's, I know you and I've worked with you and I have no idea what your practices are, whether you do yoga or prayer or tree hugging or meditation or walking or whatever it is, the place that you go in order to connect with your own deeper wisdom and knowledge. Do some of that in November. Hopefully it won't be too cold because the winter she is lurking for sure. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. And there's that lovely that shining self that is you deep within, that is ready and willing to shine. Only you have to know the angle to look at it. You have to know yourself. You have to be self-aware. Duh, kind of what the card said. All right, so Marichu, I am going to read for Marichu, and we will find out how this comes. The greatest love, Marichu, is between you and the face in the mirror. That is the deepest and the best love. And the more you can love that face, the more other love will come to you. Just saying. Okay. Oh, okay. Well, if the question was, you're welcome, Emma. If the question, hey, Derek, good to see you. Let me know in the comments if you'd like a card. Marichu, this is, if the intention was to know about love, I guess there's going to be a whole big lot of it. This is lovely. The abundance card, so lots and plenty and more. The numbers, the one, which is you, your intrinsic identity and personality within. 7, which is the teacher. So you are learning as you approach things. Terry, I didn't see you there. Hey, welcome. Let me know. 7 is the teacher, and they add up together to an 8, which is that lovely, balanced, symmetrical flow of we use the sign of the figure 8 as the symbol for infinity in mathematics, right? We lay it down, but it's the same symbol. So it is that the in-breath and the out-breath, neither of which can exist without the other. It is that flow from the unseen into the physical. So you and learning and a flow, an abundant and enormous flow of spirit coming in. I think if you have an intention and a focus on finding love, and if you're loving the person in the mirror and you're loving life and you're loving all that there is, then there is abundant amount of love in the universe for you, and it will flow. It will. Okay. All right. So I see Bella. Hi, let me know in the comments if you would like a card, Bella. Oh, okay, you've said yes. All right, thank you so much, Joe. Who said what to whom? Marluz. Okay, Derek is the first yes please that I see, and then I see Terry, and then I see Bella. All right, okay. So Derek is first. Good to see you. I hope your tests are all very healthy and appropriate. So for November, oh, we have you going with the flow. Isn't that interesting? Second 8 in a row. This is that lovely. Have you had this before? I think you maybe have. Oh, that's strange and wonderful. So the orange is a time of fruiting. So we're talking about what's going on now is built on actions and circumstances and relationships that you've had in the past, and they're coming into full fruit. And in this case, it is that flow. Things are coming, things are going, things are easy. It's a path of very low resistance. It's just flowing. Nothing's getting in the way. There's a really nice, balanced and symmetrical energy about it. You have had this before because we talked, or I talked about legal stuff, I think. Or maybe not. Maybe I'm hallucinating. I don't know. But it looks really easy and calm and flowing and gentle for you. All right, this is nice. Terry. Yes, yes. Okay. Here we go. It's early where you are, I think. 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock? Yes, well, thank you for being here. It's so lovely. And we still haven't organized a Zoom, you and me. We must, we should, we will. For Terry for November. Oh, all right. I don't know what's going on with you because, hey, Irsa, you made it this week. Yay. Um, something's delaying you. This is about the community around you. This is about just the way the universe is. And there's not an action that you can take that's going to make it better. You're just going to be delayed. These rose hips are frozen solid, and they're not even useful as food for the birds that come and eat. What is it? Waxwings. Waxwings eat the rose hips. Except when they're in this condition, they can't. They've got to wait, and there's just nothing, no action that will change whatever the situation is. There's only the waiting until circumstances improve, and what you can do during that time is look at your attitude, look at your reactions, look at whether you're going to be responding differently, having delayed, right? Sometimes we wake up on Wednesday and we want to go and do A, B, C, D, E because we absolutely have to, and then we can't. And when we wake up on Thursday, we go, you know what? Actually, QRST would make more sense. And that's the way to go. And sometimes that's what the delay is about, just to let you get realigned with how it is that you're going to move forward. So that's what I'm seeing for you in November. And it's very much about external circumstances, and whether that's people, places, or things, I don't know, but all you can do, Wendy, how lovely. All you can do is wait it out and adjust your own behavior and your own expectations about the timeline. So I hope that makes sense. And yes, let there be messaging and scheduling. Irsa, I'm going to go out on a limb and draw a card for you, even without permission. Wendy, please let me know in the comments that you would like a card. I do usually ask for specific stuff, but yeah, Irsa, one of these days, oh, thank you. Okay, one of these days I will if you've got friends who will attend in Pakistan and in your time zone, I'm good for getting together. In it would be my morning for you to have like a late afternoon or evening, something like that. But I would so be on board for that. So let me know. Message me. All right. So reading for Irsa, and then it'll be for Wendy because Irsa needs to go to bed soon. It's almost midnight. Wow. Thank you so much for coming. So, so glad. Okay. Oh, nice. Okay. All right. Okay. Oh, good. Good, good. All right. It's good you sleep late. Thank you, Terry. I will look forward to hearing that. Yes, Wendy, I get it. You do want a card. All right. This is for Irsa, and this is lovely. Isn't this gorgeous? This is a sunflower, and sunflowers in bloom, they follow the sun. They turn their whole big faces, and they're big flowers. They turn their faces to track the sun across the sky in the course of the day. So that energy of watching and moving towards the novelty is curiosity sort of describes that. Um, so the three is your point of inspiration. It's the place where spirit uses you to send ideas and concepts and things into the world, and whether that's poems or plans for a new kind of bookcase or an algorithm or just some concept that makes sense that arrives through you. And five, we already spoke about the number of growth and expansion and adapting to new conditions, that kind of thing. So we're adding them together. Oh my goodness, we have the eight. We've got that flow, that balance, that symmetry, that and the three where you're the portal for the energy combined with the eight, and of course it's expansive because of the five. But there's I'm feeling a real connection for you, Irsa, with something beyond that you are flowing in. And I have no idea if you're writing a manuscript, it's going to practically write itself. That's the kind of feeling that I get from this, that it's just, and the more you are interested in what comes next, then the more a wonderful next will come. Okay, all right, oh cool. It's your number. Well, this is your card. So that feels like a lovely November for you. It really, really does. Okay, Wendy. Wendy, I miss you so. And we must. Oh, okay. You're born on the 17th. Okay. So, and then you've got the five, which is very expansive. And then that means that in 2020, you are in an 8 year, if you're May. Yes. So this year you have had 8 energy for the calendar year, which is rather a wonderful thing. So you're very, very 8 right now, and clearly the cards knew that. All right, so for Wendy, for November, ooh, love this. This is anticipation. I love the blue of it. I love the anticipation of it. Those leaf buds that are just ready to burst wide open. This was a peach tree. So 24 Oh, Irsa, thank you. You're so lovely. You're cute too, I have no doubt. Um, the blue is the color of the throat chakra, and there's very little blue in this deck. So I think that that really matters. That we're one of the aspects of this energy is around communication. It's about naming what it is that you want, the things that you want to intend and expect and be in a state of anticipation about. Um, 2 and 4, adding up to 6. November is a 6 month, so that's clearly very aligned. And 2 is about community. It's about relationships, not just romantic couples, but all relationships. Your friendship with me, your relationship with people who come in your store, your relationship with your birth family and your neighbors and your community there in the village. All of that is 2 energy at different points. 4 is this solid, strong, reliable energy that I talk about. Build it with 4 sides, it doesn't fall down, right? And this year we're seeing ourselves putting down a foundation for a very different kind of future than we've had the world in the past. This year has required us to plan to build differently as we go forward, right? So that 4 is there. So you have the 2 of your community, the 4 of your plans going forward, adding up to 6, which is the number for meeting responsibilities, for serving the community in ways that you're going to leave situations better than you found them, and you can anticipate and enjoy that sense of service, that knowing that what you're doing is a good thing. And that doesn't matter whether that's like babysitting for your niece or it's building a new bridge across where one burnt down. Like that service is a really flexible and wonderful thing. If you're enjoying it and you're bringing that sense to it, then the community benefits automatically. They learn what service looks like, they see what your contribution looks like, and then they can emulate it. Or depending on the people and the situation, and it's still a perfectly good learning, they can say, so how Wendy did it, I'm going to do it differently. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. It's all teaching and learning and the exchange of ideas, and it all serves the community, the close community and the larger community, because it ripples out. And it's going to it's going to blossom. It's coming for sure. So talk about it, write about it, put it on your website, whatever. Communicating the things that you're doing and planning and wanting and anticipating and waiting for. I guess it's time for December festival marketing. You write all about that and anticipate how incredibly good it's going to be, because that's my plan. Really good winter marketing results for sure. Okay. So, and you and I also need, I need to visit with everyone, whoever's here, and Irsa and her friends, and certainly with Terry and Derek. I hope you're well. And is anybody else here? Is anybody lurking? Have I missed anybody in the list? I apologize. Please put your name in again, because did I read for Bella? I don't know if I did. If you're here, Bella, I'm sorry. I missed you. Maybe. I can't tell from the cards who was what. Don't know. Okay, so anybody who's lurking, who hasn't spoken up yet, please say the word and I will draw for you with apologies. And Wendy. Okay, all right. This is good. It makes sense. The cards know. The cards know. And I hope we get a chance to visit soon. I do really. It is. Oh, I'm going to. I don't know if Irsa's still here, but I'm going to enjoy that. All right. So November is the 6th month because it's the 11th month, the two ones. That's a whole thing. I might have to talk about that too. But the 2 and the 4 of the year adds up to 6. So we got 6 energy going on. You've got the 2 and the 4. So you're actually very aligned with the times, Wendy. You're this you're not out of step, and you're not. It has been too long for sure. Although I am here, let it never be said I'm unfindable. This is, I think, week 31 that I am here on a Friday at 2 o'clock on Facebook Live Eastern Time. So I'm always findable. And you have to go back to work. All right. Well, I'm really, really delighted that you made it in. Thank you so much. And let's not be strangers to each other. This is one of the joys of Zoom, is that we can visit. Yes, you are aligned. Yes. Wahoo indeed. Whoops. Don't know what happened there. You are. Okay. And my love to your new dog. I saw photos. He's so gorgeous. Oh, what a beautiful, beautiful beast. All right. So November, the 2 ones of the 11 carry a very specific message. 11 is one of the numbers that is sometimes not only interpreted as a 2. The fact that it's an 11 it falls into the master number category. The 11 card, and there it is right away. The 11 card is a goldenrod picture, and the caption is about empathy. And that's one of the best descriptions I know for talking about the number 11, because it's about 2 individuals. Each of those ones is a perfectly whole personality energy, right? The 1 is our central identity. And Krista, hey, how are you? Yes, you will. Absolutely. I'm just rabbiting on. I will shuffle for you. So 2 individuals coming together side by side the way they do in an 11. And assuming that there is centered energy in any one of them, then they're able to relate to the centered different energy of somebody else, and to hold them with empathy. So even when we disagree with someone, we still can be empathetic about their situation and what they're dealing with. So 11 is a really textured energy. It's lovely, and that's what we're getting in November. So for Krista in November, oh, we got stuff coming up for Krista. It has given you number 19, the white pine, which is about potential. So we have that 1 that is you, that is your central being, the core of your infinite soul and eternal life. Connected with the 9, which is the holistic energy where everything is connected with everything else. It contains them all. Because we're always adding up to a single digit, 9 contains all of the energies. It's the place where everything's connected because it's all really one. And when we add those together, then we get a 10, which is the one of you and your central identity with the cosmos adding together to you. It is beautiful, absolutely. So you can see the way these pine needles grow. They come from a sort of a center, but they can grow out in any number of directions. So when you're at that beginning point, when you're taking that first step, you can choose an enormous range of directions in which to move. So in November, if you've got decisions to be made, take the time to consider where you're headed. What is the ultimate destination? Because the tiniest change that you make while you're at the center can change enormously the place where you I'm sorry, this camera is backwards, I can't do it, but it can change very much where you end up, right? So little change here, big difference in the destination. Okay, nobody's going over there. Coming over here along this is where I was trying to show. So knowing that you have a range of potential destinations, taking the time to sit with that that knowledge and being intentional about where it is that you want to go, because you get to choose, you get to make your own life. It's really very cool. um, I'm reminded, I said this last time and I will say it again, I don't know if it was to you, but you did not come to the world to pay bills and die. You are here to create a beautiful life that feeds your soul. And sitting with the knowledge that you can choose it this November, that you can pick among the options and go to where it is that you want to go. It is a lovely card, yes. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Very, very cool that you are. I'm getting a message that I don't quite understand. Hello, Laurie. How lovely. Are you sneaking away from work again? Let me know that you want a card and I will draw for you. So nice to see you. Whoops. I do pay some attention to the posts I get, at least on Facebook. I know we don't always get all the posts that people put there, but I do pay attention. And I'm glad that resonates, Krista. Good, you are so welcome. Thank you for being here. And please, if you haven't already, like and follow this page so that you know there's every chance that I'm going to be doing the occasional additional live different times of the day and week. Definitely could happen. So if you're around, of course, would love to see you. All right. So, Laurie. There we go. Would love a card. Sneaking away. Ooh. Oh, I feel wicked just to be in your ear pods. That's very lovely that you have sneaked away. Love it. All right, for Laurie, we're looking at the energies for November, which is arriving forthwith. Okay, you're the one right on the end. Oh, interesting. Okay. So we have number 12, which is the sumac, and the caption on it is story. This sumac, it's in that stage of it is autumn, but there's so much variation in the leaves that it tells the story of the entire year right there. There's yellow, there's green, there's red, there's orange, there's everything there. And also the berries of the sumac can be used to make ink or dye or a coloring thing that can be used to write or to decorate face paint or painting on bark or paper or whatever you happen to be doing. So telling a story through the ink is also part of this energy. The number on it is 12, which is, of course, the one, which is the self, in community with two, with other people. That's partners and family and household and village and city and of course the greater community where you and I know each other. And they're adding together to 3. So yourself and your community come together in that place of creative flow, in that inspired portal where new stuff comes into the world through you. And I had somebody else with a 3 here earlier. So whether that is that you wake up in a morning with the solution to a problem just fully formed in your brain, and people say, good grief, Laurie, where did you come up with that? That's really outside the box. That is spirit working through you and coming into the physical world. And the spot, the place, the part of your energy field where that comes through is the 3. So getting a card that adds up to 3, that is you and your community funneling spirit into the physical world. And in this case, through the sumac, telling stories. We know that when people can share their individual story. Have you and I talked about this before? Because I'm thinking that your experiences related to some medical events in your household, there is story to tell, and there is much that people could learn from your experience. And I don't know if maybe that's some part of this, that whether it's a support group idea, whether it's a just a sharing of knowledge. There's a book in you, Laurie, and maybe this is about telling that story in some way that you can't. And I really hope you can still hear me. Your AirPods seem to have gone. Your responses have gone quiet, and we have talked about that. Okay, all right. Um, it's come back again. So I whether this is something that you've delayed taking action or you've resisted taking action, I don't know, but spirit still is giving you a poke about something like that, telling that story. And I'm sure you have other stories that people could benefit from. I guess it doesn't have to be that specific one. That's just the one that I know about. It's a lovely card, though. Really, really lovely. 12, so many things in life are 12s. We've seen it as a a number that shows up everywhere. And of course, with the okay, that makes sense. You can't tell the story until it's healed. Of course, of course. Um, that makes complete sense. And maybe this card is letting you know that the time is coming and the healing is near complete. Sumac. Sumac, I'm sure, has medicinal values. I don't know them off the top of my head, but I would bet that there are uses in medicine that the first people on this land were completely familiar with. Interesting. Very, very interesting. So yes, healing and telling the story is sometimes part of the healing. For anybody who's ever attended a 12-step meeting, that's part of the process of opening up the healing with naming the situation that needs to be addressed. So Even if it's just that you do some scribbles in a journal that you then throw in the fire. It's the first telling of the story doesn't have to be wildly public and going on Oprah. The first telling can be just you telling it to yourself and finding the structure of it. And as you do that, you will see the value and you'll make connections with things that it isn't just a list of this happened, this happened, this happened, but it is in fact a story when you start to see that oh, I did not know that using sumac for marshmallows can be poisonous. Wow. Mind you, so can a lot of pharmaceuticals, so that doesn't mean it isn't useful. Just means that you don't melt it into a sugary thing. That's so interesting. Didn't know that. Didn't know that. So there's lots of story, and you see that organization that you work with. I bet there's stories there that people could benefit from learning about. It's all connected. And 12, so many things that are divided into 12, right? The 12 apostles in Christianity and the 12 on the clock face in Western society, and the uh, the 12 days of Christmas. That's Christians again, isn't it? There's lots of 12s. I don't have them all to hand. I've been writing about 11s this week. Anyway, there's stuff, and it's lovely, lovely, lovely that you're here and entertaining the possibilities. And I love that the cards repeat. It maybe wasn't even this deck, but I know I know we've talked about that. That's funny. Spirit knows more than I do, that is for sure. 12 months of the year, absolutely correct. When I was growing up, there were 12 pennies in a shilling in England, which is where I was. That was a thing, 12 inches in a foot for people who still use imperial. Many, many, many 12s, many, many. And it is a remarkable number. Absolutely right. So your guides picked a good card for, okay, I'm getting a message, whoops, getting a message that says something. Have an appointment. Oh, that's about tomorrow. Okay, no, never mind. Thought it was somebody who was trying to get into the room here. Oh, that's so cool. A YouTube series. Yes, yes, yes. YouTube, it took me a long time to get used to the idea. And I don't do anything that, or not much, that is YouTube specific. But all of these videos, I move over there. I have a channel and it works for me. And well, that's so cool. As long as, yeah, I think that could be fabulous. What a good idea. Literally telling your story by telling your story. And you know what? There's software that can transcribe it afterwards. You don't have to be sure about the writing part. You can get speech to text done and then hire an editor to just make sure it makes some sense. Simple, simple, simple. That's so cool. I like that. So the sumac has spoken. Pooja, welcome, welcome, welcome. Irsa was here earlier. I think you're in a similar time zone to her. I think, is it nearly midnight where you are? Because you certainly can have a card, Pooja. If you're in the nearly midnight time zone, I will tell you what I told Irsa, which is that one of these days I'll get coordinated and do a live a few hours earlier, because I'm up and around and working in the morning. It would be a lot of fun for me to just sit on Facebook instead, and you and your friends could avoid staying up until midnight if that's I hope I've got the right person in the right place. I apologize if I've mistaken you. For Pooja for November. It is midnight. Okay, yes. So if I was from 2, if I went 5 hours earlier, 7 in the evening, would you attend something like that, Pooja? You, I like this. This is very much. This is number 5, which is the number of expansion, adapting and adjusting to new situations. It's growth. It's progress. And of course, and next year will be a 5-year on the calendar where we get to grow and expand and imagine our future and begin building on what has gone on this year. This everything is imagined before it is made, and whether that is engineering developments and putting a bridge across a river somewhere, whether it's an apple pie that we make in our kitchen, we think about it first. It has been a thought that we then make into a physical thing. That's really cool, Pooja. Thank you. Yes, good. I yes. And if you're willing to tell your friends and people in your time zone, then that could be very cool. I don't think I'll get a lot of North Americans at that time of day, but that's all right. I won't need them. And actually, Europeans, it'll be their afternoon, so maybe some of them will hang in. This frozen peach tree, it is not much longer that those leaves are going to stay on the tree. The frost has come, the color has changed. All they can do now, they're not going to flower, they're not going to fruit. They can only imagine the fertile, fecund life that the tree is going to have next year. And as they fall to the ground and they release their nutrients into the ground, into the roots, so that the tree can thrive into the next year, then that cycle is going to continue, and that imagined healthy future and that the expansion that the tree is going to experience will come about because they thought of it and we thought of it and Mother Nature thought of it, and however we want to interpret that word. So for you during November, imagining November, also really important that the November energy is a reflection and an echo of what next year's energy. 2021 is going to be a 5-year. So during November, we can imagine what we want to have happen. We can consider some of the possibilities, and in some cases even sort of try a test run and see, will it work if I decide I'm going to go for a walk every day at 2 o'clock. And in November, we can try that and imagine how that's going to look in the different weather of January and February. And imagine what it is that we want from having that walk. Is that about meeting the neighbors? Is that about having a healthier dog? Is that about something entirely different? And just projecting ourselves a little bit. Big believer in being in the here and now, and at the same time using our imagination for improving things. Hello, Heidi. I have no idea what happened last week, but I'm I'm really really glad. I guess I can go back and watch the video sometime if I want to. Videos are always on this page, and they're on my YouTube channel. I'm glad. I'm so glad that it helped you. This is why I do this work, Heidi. And if going in depth and doing something much more and much more detailed would serve you, then of course I would love for you to make an appointment and spend some time with me. I love it. Oh, okay, complexity. Is that what it was? Yeah, okay. So, you are very incredibly welcome. Would you like another card this week, Heidi? Pooja, you are so welcome, and love and light back at you, and I will look forward to seeing you another time. I think that and I mean that literally when it's not midnight at your house. That would be a good thing, I'm sure. I like it. I do, I do. So Heidi says yes, please, and it shall be so. All right, so I've been asking the cards, intending that they speak to the spirit of November and what we can expect and what is available to us and all of that. So for Heidi for November, mm, all right. So whatever complexity you have going on from last week, the energy to analyze is front and center this week. So the mock orange, of course, is pretending to be something it's not. And it could be that something in your life, you're if you're only looking at the surface, you're seeing something that possibly is not even skin deep, that there's something behind it, that there's small print that needs to be checked or something like that. The 3 and the 4, 3 is the point of inspiration, which suggests that you may smell that something is off. You for no good reason, but just because you know what you know, you find that you need to look deeper. The 4 is that lovely, practical, solid, reliable energy that we can build on, and they're coming together as 7. 7 is the teacher. So your inspired impulse, your knowing, it's kind of like third eye knowing, combined with just being practical, and yeah, you get to read the paper before you sign it. That's just being dependable and sensible and for solid. And if you have smelt the small print and you have acted in a practical, sensible, mature way and read the small print, we're coming together in that teacher where you have learnt that yes, you can trust your hunches. Yes, you can see beyond what is being presented, and you have the ability to analyze the, for want of a different kind of rude word, the BS, right? And maybe trusting yourself is part of the issue, but you absolutely can, and this card is telling you that you can. And when you analyze it, when you parse the stuff out and take it's like taking the top strawberries off the basket to make sure the stuff underneath is also fresh and red and juicy, and not that the top layer is covering up something that you'd rather not have, right? There's Okay, it's making sense to you. That's good. I don't know why strawberries were the image that came to me. don't ever be intimidated by what people are calling being polite, or oh, it's just go with it, and don't be suspicious. That is a phrase. Don't be suspicious. If somebody needs to tell you not to be suspicious, it's like, trust me, buy my used car, right? um yeah, because you can smell it, and you are right, and you can depend on yourself, and that's maybe a learning that you need to absorb. And absolutely, people learn from you doing it, because when the people who witness this next time have to sign a long document, they're going to go, Heidi read it all. She read every word of it, and she found this and this and this. So I'm going to read it now. And there you are. You have taught somebody a wonderful and valuable thing, just by going through your life consciously, and being present and mindful in the here and now. Oh, I like that. That's a good card, Heidi. I hope that helps. That's very cool. We are, oh, it's 4 minutes too. Wow, this hour went really fast. I had no dead time. I didn't have to deliver a sermon, which is just as well, because I didn't have one prepared. Um, I guess I rambled a bit about the number 11, but not a whole lot. Um, okay, I hope that continues to help you, Heidi. I am pleased that you were here. Pooja, and did I wish you love and light back? That's such a lovely greeting. And if there's anybody still lurking, you have 3 minutes, and then I'm going to log off because my hour will be up. I will post here if and when I'm doing a unscheduled live, but I totally will be back here next Friday at 2 o'clock Eastern. 100% that will happen. And it will be, I must count the Mondays, because it's now that it's been more than a month of Mondays is how I'm saying it, because I'm pretty sure we're at 31 weeks. And I did commit to it at a time when I didn't think it would go to 31 or more, but there we go. That's how it's going to be. So we're in the wind down. Thank you, everybody who came. Oh, I didn't pick a community card. There we go. There's good use at the last minute. For people who are watching the video who weren't able to be here, or if you're here and you're lurking and you didn't want to say anything, oh, how good is this? We have the play card. Number 3, points of inspiration combined with the entire cosmos. Oh, Emma, you stayed all this time. How lovely. Thank you. Yes, you have a lovely rest of your week and weekend too. And don't be a stranger, for sure. Play. Be with those things that make you feel just comfortable and happy in doing. There's a line about finding out how to get paid for doing what you love, and you'll never work again. And that's kind of where I'm at right now. I don't work, I just do really good stuff. And yeah, I get to play. The mallow, I have talked about. Mallows grow in marshy ground, and it was from the roots that the starches and sugars were extracted to make marshmallows. So very playful food that we eat, not in serious situations for the most part. It's fun, it's play, it's not terribly nutritious. It's a game. So that's our energy for the week, everybody. How good is that? Following the inspiration, open up your the flow of inspired information that's coming through you, and go with it. If you get an impulse to walk to the corner, then walk to the corner. Maybe you'll meet somebody exciting. Maybe you'll pick up a piece of glass that would have hurt somebody's dog. I don't know, but only good can come of it when we're open to doing what Spirit suggests. So thank you, everybody. Stay home when you can. Be safe when you have to go out. And I will look forward to seeing you next Friday for sure, 2 o'clock Eastern.